Welcome to the Judgment Free Zone. You've downloaded the Alcohol Free Marriage Podcast, episode 30 from November 14th, 2022.
Psst. You're listening to a Red Corn Studios production. Don't tell your mama.
Now adjust the volume control so that the sound can be heard in all parts of the room.
Recorded live from the cornfields of Central Illinois, you're listening to the Alcohol Free Marriage Podcast with Matt and Amy. Come and learn and share a journey with two former craft beer enthusiasts who went from daily drinkers to teetotalers and basically never lost their love for their life together.
Hey, a freak show!
Well, hello there, children. Welcome back to your weekly freak show that is the Alcohol Free Marriage Podcast. I am Matt, along with the always lovely Coach Amy. I found a new way to do it, didn't I?
Oh, how are you? Are we going to do that the whole time? People are going to be like, wait, click off.
Oops, still playing the music though. Still? See, that's what I get when I try to do something different.
No, Margot.
Oh, I don't know, Margot. Tis the season, Coach Amy. We will be doing some traveling, and you like to come home to the house decorated after the Thanksgiving holiday, as it is in the United States. And because of that, we're decorating uber early, even for us.
Yeah, you need to we need to put that out. We need to put our little time lapse.
I didn't, here's why I didn't put it out yet. I didn't want the judginess. Because there's already a lot of this, you're basically killing puppies if you're decorating early.
Or we're blamed for snow.
Snow, yeah. If it's snowing, it's because people are decorating early.
No, it couldn't possibly be that it's November.
Yeah.
In the United States, in Illinois.
The only thing more decisive than the elections is the decorating time frame.
You know what?
You start Christmas on November 1st.
I started listening, which technically I didn't this year. I didn't listen to Christmas music on November 1st.
You didn't?
I didn't.
Wow.
But the option is there.
The
option is there.
The option is always there.
The option is there. No. No, the option is not always there. I realize that it is technically always there. But
we didn't even do like a Christmas in July movie this year.
I know. And so...
Although we had all the movies going yesterday, though you don't really watch them when you're decorating. They're just on kind of background.
It was nice. We, so yes, we did decorate.
And I think this was not our first year sober decorating, but...
No, this is my third Christmas and your second.
Maybe sober decorating, maybe more to the point, sober de-decorating.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Sober de-decorating. You think more clearly about like, oh, put this stuff away to help us next time. And like, we leave notes and we've gotten way more organized.
I have notes everywhere. I have notes on shelves where we keep stuff. This goes here. This goes there.
I got to say it's because we're not drinking when we're doing it. Maybe not. I don't know. But.
Well, I wouldn't have to say, yeah, because usually when we were taking everything down, you're grumpy and I'm sure,
Probably having a drink. But
yeah, well, even if we hadn't,
it wasn't faster this time. Like we were no faster than normal. Like it still took a day. It just takes a day, but it just seemed more smooth.
It was very pleasant.
Granted, we did not have to go buy a tree like we have before.
We've had
on a spur.
We didn't go buy a tree last year.
No, it was 2 years ago.
No, 2 years ago. But last year we discovered again that we had a spot on our tree that was.
But we knew that, so we had lights ready to go.
And so we were like, you know what, forget it. You know what, we just prepared ourselves that we were going to plug the tree in. It was not going to even come on. And we were just going to we're going to just put the lights on. So we still put the lights on because...
You just need more lights.
Yes, but we did put it together. The way we put the tree together this time, because I think the bad spot, the little clump is on the back of the tree. I found it, but you were like, no, I don't see anything. But it was weird because
I don't want to deal with it.
I'm going to tell you what, there's like this, somewhere in there, you can just tell, like if you touch it a little bit wrong, then it starts to flicker. It's like, all right, just get away.
I'm frankly surprised more houses don't burn to the ground because of these shoddy Christmas trees.
That's kind of my thing. I'm like, is this safe?
As Coach Amy will tell you, pre-lit trees can suck it.
Mm-hmm.
That's her mod. But you can really buy a not pre-lit tree anymore, other than like a real tree.
Yes, but my this one wasn't that expensive, but it doesn't matter.
The answer is
my two flocked trees that we got.
One was Hobby Lobby.
One was Hobby Lobby. One was Walmart.
That one over there was Walmart.
Boom.
Walmart. Boom.
Plug it in, on. No issues. Nothing. No issues. There was
Magic. It was pure magic.
It was awesome. So it's okay.
I don't know, but
We
I
went
do find not.
ahead,
And you know what? You even
we-
said like, was it 9 or 10 o'clock? Oh, let's make a Bloody Mary. And I'm like,
Oh yeah, this was like the weirdest thing. You've always been like, yeah, let's do it. So I want to say that's a huge change for you.
yeah. I was like, there's a lot of work.
I don't want to do it.
Versus, ooh, get to drink early type thing. I was like, no.
It was kind of funny.
I'm like, can you just have some coffee or something?
No, you didn't. You're like, no, okay, I will. And I'm like, well, if it's that, I mean,
If you're
I
gonna be
didn't.
like that
If it's that big of a deal,
grumpy claws,
no kidding. And you really weren't grumpy. It's really kind of weird.
I just didn't want to do it. I was lazy. Grumpy and lazy are two totally different things.
And so yeah, I had some more coffee.
There you go.
But I did go. Oh, let's see where we at in these notes. I don't want to.
Well, no, and the soberness is going to continue though into Disney. It'll be our first sober Disney.
I know it's a little weird. And our
It'd be cheap.
our son is actually he's of age. Poor kid. I think
He's like, I want to drink around the world.
He's
I'm like,
yeah,
well,
really, that's fine. Go ahead.
at least I'll be there to carry him out.
No, I'm not carrying him. If he falls over, you're down, bud.
Let's just not get thrown out of Disney.
No, we're not.
No.
And he doesn't. Honestly, I don't think he's that big of a drinker.
We reminisced about a drinking purchase we made because Coach Amy here is getting her ring worked on. Anyway, long story
Sorry,
short.
you almost made that come up my nose.
And I'm like, she's like, oh, I can wear my Disney rings. I'm like, oh, speaking of drunken purchases. And I'm like, oh, maybe I'll wear mine. And I got my version out, which is literally identical to yours, just a different size. And I'm like, this is not terribly
I looked at it and I'm like, wow, that's girly.
I'm like, I clearly was drinking because I thought that looked good. And I'm like, I really don't care what my ring looks like. But I'm like, that's clearly a large lady's ring, apparently. That's what it looked like to me. So.
No, it was kind of funny. So, and mine was too big. Anyways, I'm having a
Well, you're dropping that sugar, you lose the weight. from
well,
the
yeah,
sugar.
I'm on that. Did we talk about that last week?
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
How's how's no sugar November going?
I am.
Or
What's the date?
what did I say? November 14th,
Oh, okay.
2022.
Well, then I'm at 14 days, or as of this recording, I'm at 13.
yeah.
And it has been because I'm looking at this no sugar as basically junk food,
Ice cream.
ice cream. I mean, ice cream
You're
and ice
more
cream.
looking at added sugar.
Yeah, and I'm also looking at it as those comfort snacks when I'm bored or if I'm
You're like the
stressed
Grinch.
out.
You're like the Grinch. I'm just eating because I'm bored.
Yeah, exactly. It's totally. And so I have cut that back, and it's been kind of interesting because I've been following. I'm supposed to be getting this book called Breaking Up with Sugar.
Eventually.
Eventually,
Thank you, Amazon.
we ordered it. It didn't come. Then we had to ask for our money back, and
Ordered again.
we ordered again, and hopefully tomorrow it will come. But very excited about this because I would like to really, get into the learning, and I have been. I've been going out and doing some research.
Because you need a book. So I think I moved 4 books off your desk to record this podcast. I don't know how you read them all at once, but they're more like reference material, aren't they?
Yeah.
You need to get a library or something over here. And if you're watching on YouTube's, that's not a real tattoo. That's a temporary tester tattoo.
That's way too big.
Yeah, I think it's too big. We have to go smaller. But if you ever think about getting a tattoo, Inkbox makes these they look real, but they're not real, and they stay on for I don't know.
And
week.
that looks like a really bad tattoo.
That looks like I was drunk when I did it.
Here's a Sharpie.
Well, it's not a good place to put it. Anyway, it's the teetotalers, kind of this unofficial
Yeah.
icon for
It's supposed
sober
to
people.
look like what?
It looks like an element, like
Yeah.
a periodic table element, but as a capital T, lowercase t. So,
Yeah, I think I love the concept.
well, my execution and the size, not so much. But that's why I do these. I like it because, okay.
No, I mean, I
well, I know
think
that's
it's a
going to be
good
too
idea.
big. That might not. Well, of course, if you had done for real, you wouldn't have mine.
Do we still have any of those crosses?
I still have a whole freaking sleeve, I think. You want to do that?
Let's do it.
Anyway, it's a fun, if you want a teetotaler or other tattoos, it's a fun way. Inkbox is a fun way to go. But
Yeah, I think that's great. So we were talking about the sugar.
the sugar, sorry.
And so I'm going through it like the 30-day alcohol experiment.
a 30-day sugar
And
experiment.
I'm doing it as sugar, but I'm also not going like crazy either. I mean, I had Chick-fil-A yesterday.
Not a lot of sugar in that,
I'm
though.
sure there's sugar there. That
Probably.
bun has sugar.
Probably.
I'm sure. But just I'm also adding in the element of a little bit of intermittent fasting, like saying I'm going to eat between, have eating hours, I guess. And that's actually working out really well, too.
Which was a great test in comm majors doing math, because I'm doing 8 on, 12 off. I know, so it's 8 and 16. Well, what's 8 and 12? I said 20 hours. What the hell are you doing the other 4 hours?
So anyways,
pretty sure the total has to be 24. You got to be
exactly. I don't know where my brain was going, but anyways, so it's been, like I said, interesting. And on day 9, because there's another gal I know who's doing it as well.
Yeah.
Who's on the alcohol-free alumni group that we're a part of, and there's 2 people who are doing it with me, and she also on day 9, because on day 9 I had a really bad day. It was like the mood swings up and down and all over the place and everything. And she had the exact same scenario. And I remember when I quit drinking, I remember around day 10 having like, what the heck? This is horrible. Why am I doing this? Everybody else is feeling great and all this stuff. And it came a little bit later. And I still am having some of the ups and down, the moods and everything. He agrees.
I'm just here to concur.
But it is starting to level out, and my sleep is so much better.
Sure. I don't have the sleep problem.
Well, you said, I know, but you even said, like, you wake up and you're like, usually I see you over there on your phone, and you haven't the last few times.
You light the way to my bathroom.
But I also want to say that I've also learned that the sugar also really affects hot flashes.
There you go.
So if
Old lady problems.
Exactly. So it is one of those things that I have them because of the age I'm at.
You're 50.
I'm 50.
You're more than 50.
I'm more than 50. But I like to kick and stretch.
For you old-time Saturday Night Live kids, you'll get that reference. So anyway, yeah.
So it's going, and I know at Disney, I'm already planning that I am.
To not sleep and eat sugar.
No, I'm gonna do my best. I mean, but it's Disney. I mean, really, we're gonna have to eat in the park. I'm gonna try to make the most healthful choices. But I know that I will probably have a Dole Whip.
Gotta have the Dole Whip. Which I never had the Dole Whip because I always thought I was lactose intolerant. I think I was just alcohol tolerant.
Alcohol intolerant.
Oh, that's true. Alcohol intolerant.
No, you don't have the issues that you used to do. Used to have.
Nope, not anymore.
Anyways, that's just something it is that thing. And I also want to tell everybody, because I've had people come at me on this.
Come at you for not drinking or
eating, because I'm trying to help. I'm on a lot of different groups, and I'm trying to do some posts out there to encourage people about sugar and what I'm doing. But I'm trying to do this because we're all at different spots in our journey, and there's a lot of people who are a year and on with their alcohol-free life, but sugar starts to come in and you start to replace. And I can tell you that, that fixation on sweets or chocolate or anything like that, it was really starting for me to become problematic like alcohol was. So that's why I'm doing it. So I want to let people know, when you first quit drinking alcohol, if that is something, or you're just taking a break, don't worry about the sugar.
No.
I mean, unless you choose to, and that's what you want. But one of the things is a lot of times you need a little something. You want something, and you're like, oh, I want to have some ice cream. Please have your ice cream.
Yep.
I think I'm at 31 months or something like that. And so...
Although I do see this going the very same path as drinking, because it's like, well, if you're not going to have a lot of sugar, then I might as well...
Well... You learn, and since we watched that movie, you can't unlearn this.
Stupid unlearning things.
I know. Thank you, whatever your name is, who made that.
Must you dump on everything we do?
that sugar movie.
Yep.
But, okay.
So there you go.
So we also would like to have everybody, since we're in the beginning of the podcast, please go out and like, share, subscribe. Also,
Some would argue 15 minutes in isn't quite the beginning anymore, but okay.
we do we
go
do
with that.
also have, and I'm if you sign up for our newsletter, which is coming soon, I'm working on my website's getting revamped.
Yeah, the
I'm
fresh
very
new joyontheotherside.com.
very, very excited about that. You can go out to joyontheotherside.com. You can sign up for our newsletter, and you can get
Good news is
the
it's not very spammy because it doesn't go out right now.
the 5 o'clock somewhere alcohol-free edition, but we're also doing, what's it called? Oh, 5
alcohol-free holiday tips.
tips.
So I wrote it
So
down.
if you're going to go to your parties or anything like that, these are some tips that just make it a little bit easier when you're going out to events
true.
where they're serving alcohol. And so I wanted to also put that out there as well.
Yes. And something
What
just
was
turned off.
that?
Something just turned off. What turned off?
I don't know, but
Oh,
something.
light behind me is off. Battery must gone dead. Oh, well.
There's
no
a
more blue-
flash.
no
There's
more
a flash.
blue
What's
accent light
going on?
behind me. Anyway, and as happens when you start drinking a lot of non-alcoholic drinks, you get pushed a lot of ads. Brewdog is one of my favorite NA beers, which I can't buy local anymore for some reason. But anyway,
Yeah, what is up with that?
I don't know. But anyway, they had a discount deal, Anyway, so
Did you order some?
I did order some. It's coming this week. And they had some. They actually have a gin and tonic, which is going to be interesting. We'll see. We'll see how that turns out.
So do they have already pre-mixed cocktails then? That's
Yeah,
what,
they're kind of branching out into some more.
Because I'm interested in that too, because I've seen some
One of the ones I got
different
for you
ones.
is like more of a pre-mixed mocktail kind of thing.
Okay.
So we'll see. But while I'm out there, they are actually, if you're doing dry January, think about dry January, they're doing, it's basically a case of beer, but it's their AF Dry January supply crate. And they branded it like a supply crate for AF Dry January. So there you go. Check out, I don't have a discount code, but they are doing a sale. Probably Black Friday, everybody's doing a big sale. So check out Brewdog.
Oh, that's cool.
They have a lot of new, I hadn't been out there in a while. They have a lot of new stuff. So, and speaking of drinks of the week, Coach
Okay.
Amy,
Are we doing our drink of the week?
we are. And
Speaking of Christmas,
this is a good one.
what is this called? It's the Santa Clausthaler.
That's the brewery.
That's the,
Clausthaler has a bunch of.
but
good
it's
ones.
but they call it the Santa one.
Yeah.
And
It's kinda like,
their holiday
yeah.
brew. And it's it's funny. It says limited edition 2021.
Oh, does it really? Huh. Apparently, it's aged
Anyways,
too.
it's really good. It's I don't know. It's kind of like a spicy
Yeah, it's kind of
holiday
like, yeah.
type brew. It's really good.
It is a good one.
I enjoy it. I have another Coach Susan who we've had on here before. Last year, that was her big thing. She's like, she was drinking it, I think, all the way into June because she enjoyed it so much.
Oh,
So
really? Well, good.
yeah,
Well,
so
and,
it's really good. We would highly, highly recommend that one.
And sticking with the it's alcohol free, but the low sugar. I'm trying
Yeah.
this new drink. So apparently stevia is like a good go-to substitute. And I'd sell this drink. It's it's called Zevia. It's a 0-calorie soda, but they use stevia to sweeten it as opposed to aspartame. And so that's what
Aspartame rot your brain out. Although I probably have aspartame
here.
in my
try that.
sugar-free cocoa.
Give that a try.
We're taste testing.
No? Sorry, I realized it got really quiet. If not on the video, you just were like, wow, it's really quiet.
I don't think I like the flavor. I think
What do you
it's
don't like?
black.
It's black cherry.
I don't think I like black cherry.
It is diety flavor, I guess, but
it reminds me
they
of,
have a pure cola one too, and they like
Oh,
a
okay.
Dr. Pepper type one too.
I would
so.
try the Dr. Pepper one then.
But I just want.
But I would just say for me, that tastes kind of like that. Kind of like cough syrup.
Well, I guess I like myself a good.
But
thing
that's
cough
okay.
syrup. But it's an option, kids.
It is an option. There
It's
are
alcohol
always,
free. It's sugar free.
and I'm having a sugar-free Swiss Miss hot cocoa.
Yeah, I don't know. I frankly think quitting the alcohol is easier than quitting the sugar.
I want to say, I think everybody I am talking to about this, everyone says the same thing.
because alcohol is 1 for 1. Like
well-
you don't have a beer, you don't have a beer. Like the sugars in all these.
There's
things you
so
consume.
much hidden sugar
There's a
too
lot.
everywhere.
You ever looked at a 20-ounce bottle of Coke? 55 grams of sugar.
How many teaspoons is that?
Is it, what, 4 grams of a teaspoon, right?
Is that-
So they'd be like 12, 13, 14 teaspoons.
That's
a lot.
And
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
You don't even know a lot about sugar to know it's a lot, but that's all I got.
So anyways, guys,
That's all I got to say about that.
I'm not saying when I'm doing this, just like alcohol, I can have a dang drink whenever I want one. I'm just choosing not to have one. And right now
I'm
with the
even
sugar,
smarter.
I am just saying, you know what? I have to really be careful with it because just like alcohol, it feeds on itself. So you have one and it creates that desire for you to have another one. And sugar, processed sugar, I want to put that out there because then I had somebody else go, but sugar, glucose is good. That's what, that's what our brains and all that, work on. And I'm like, I agree. I'm not talking
You can have a
about,
slice of bread, can't you?
I'm not talking about sugar like that. I'm talking about the processed sugar.
Fructose, as the guy said in the video.
Fructose, yes. Isn't it?
It's fructose.
Fructose. But
we call it fructose.
if you're Australian, it's fructose.
Amy, what you gonna do?
Oh,
You like that song, don't you?
I
All
do.
right, Coach Amy. You do like that song. Okay, so we do have our 5 alcohol-free holiday tips that you can download at alcohol at jointheirsign.com or, some other website you might find, which we'll link in the show notes. But we also found from Shirley, not Shirley, you're kidding, but don't call
We
me
need
Shirley.
to order some of that too.
I think we have.
Have
once
we?
Before, I feel like Shirley's
But
an alcohol-free
that was quite a while
wine.
away. So we need, and it's good.
It is good.
And
It
we need to, I think that would be a good one to get a couple of
I don't remember
those.
being.
Groovy's good too.
Groovy wasn't as strong for me, but Shirley's pretty
No,
good.
but the Prosecco,
Oh, yeah, you do like
that was good.
Probably sugar in it. But anyway, we found Shirley, not Shirley you're kidding, but Shirley the wine company, alcohol-free wine company, 9 tips to host a surprisingly fun sober party.
All right. Okay.
Which this is actually, I figure you'd have to have I just like to have a party that just has decent NA options.
I just want everybody to be able to be served.
But this is doing a pure sober party, which
And I want to remember,
but you could use this if you're doing a half sober party.
we always talk about inclusion.
Right. And see, that's the
So-
problem. This is not inclusive to people who don't want to drink, but at the same time, it's trying to promote.
Yes.
You don't need alcohol to have a good
But
time.
here's the thing with that. It's like if you I want to tell people who promote events, if you're having an event and it's a charity auction or something like that, will you please have at least an NA beer and an NA wine or come up with something.
Something that feels more adult than we have pop and water. No.
Here's your pop. And you know what? Over
'Cause you know
there,
what? I just straight up
there's
won't
the
go.
there's the kids table.
I won't go.
No, I'm just going to take my own. And if they don't like it, too bad. What are you going to do?
Suck it, Ron. I don't know who Ron is. I just came up with it. All right, here's your 9 tips.
Any of you who are named Ron, we apologize.
Sorry, Ron. 9 tips for your surprisingly fun sober party. The first one, be upfront about alcohol.
That's right.
So when you send out your invitation or social media,
I don't know if I would.
explicitly that you won't have alcohol at the party.
Yeah.
Now, that may decrease your attendance because I know some people will be like, I'm not going.
See, but that's my thing. It's, bring your own.
Well,
if you want,
they say you can bring your own mocktail, but I would say,
But bring your own. Okay. If I was going to have this, I have enough friends
Right.
that both drink and they don't. And so
we've had friends come over and they just bring their own.
bring your
whatever. I
own.
don't
We
care.
are totally fine with that. Your mom and dad, they bring their own.
I'm not buying it because I don't need left over here because I'm not going to drink it.
Yeah. No. So,
yeah.
bring
But
your own.
Be upfront. You don't want people to show up going, oh, where's the beer? Oh.
Nope. This is,
That's
you know,
right. That's
we'll
more,
have,
that's more
you
the
know,
feeling of a
intervention.
intervention.
You've been drinking too much.
There's no alcohol
No,
here because, Ron.
we're back to Ron again. No, but I think, honestly, for me, I like the idea of this, but I just think I think it'd be great. I have lots of friends who don't drink now. However, for me to have a party with all of them will be on Zoom.
I was going to say, well, and it'd be
Or it'll have to be a meetup, and we'll
Right.
be meeting up, and
Right.
we will be doing this type of party.
well, and they say host. It's the next tip is invite the right people. So
Yes,
they say, right?
yes.
Maybe your guest list is a little more selective, as you just pointed out, and if you're starting with cutting back yourself or trying to be a supportive, sober friend doing the same, a solid guest list is that much more important. You don't want anyone known for peer pressuring others to drink at a sober party, which I think even if we're talking about this like mixed, we're not providing drinks. If you want to bring one, fine, whatever. I think that's kind of a good tip because we all have. I know I have friends like, you gotta drink. Why aren't you drinking? You know, like that can be a problem because then people who would like to come who are not going to drink. Don't
Yeah, and if you
like, I don't care if you do drink, but don't be the pressure person. Who's
so
like,
here's
you gotta
that's my
drink.
thing. Don't be a bully because
Don't be a Ron.
that is an adult. That's an adult bully thing.
Mm-hmm.
That when you sit there and go, oh, why aren't you drinking?
You know,
Why
if
don't
you
you
aren't- if
drink?
you aren't
know what? And
comfortable
that's
enough-
fine. You can have a drink. No one's telling you can't. I'm choosing to do this because of my health.
What's wrong with you that you can't have a drink unless I have a drink?
Exactly.
I mean,
so
seriously, it's like-
and I
When I was drinking, I didn't care if anybody else drank.
no, I certainly didn't either.
was
It's
good drinking
I
alone.
mean, think about it. How many times?
Were we
Yeah.
the only ones? Yeah.
Yeah,
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, invite the right people. Don't invite any Rons. Sorry, Ron.
have amazing food.
No, you skipped. Creative. You went way down.
Oh, I did.
Creative, non-alcoholic drinks. Words.
So you get your all the bitter.
You get all the bitter. You get some
You get
amethyst.
some amethyst.
You
You
get
get some
some-
different
you get
wine.
some-
You get
yep.
some ritual. You create some fun mocktails.
Yep.
And
It's actually, I have a good time doing it. Honestly.
I mean,
actually, we
I
were talking the other day.
I think we're going to come up like after the holidays. We're going to come up with our own little NA bar.
I think this table, when we get rid of all the crap, I think this needs to be like our NA bar area where we can just have them out because we're running out of places to put all the bottles, and I like having them, and I kind of forget what we have because they're all kind of hidden too. So,
Oh, and then we could put a couple little bar stools up
and
here.
I can put some uplighting because I love lighting, except when the batteries go dead. The next one though is create amazing food or have amazing
Yes,
food.
have good food.
Which, duh. I mean,
I think we can do that.
I think that's kind of a good tip just if you're having a party. Period. No party's ever going to say have crappy food is our tip for your party.
We're gonna suggest that you don't get Domino's pizza for your party food.
No, not unless you're 16. Break the ice. So this is kind of a good one because people
There you
won't.
go.
You don't
we'll
have
get
that.
We'll get break the
not
ice
that
out.
game. No, don't play that game. That's a horrible game. But you know they're not going to have that social lubricant if it's especially a pure.
And that is, as you and I have experienced going to Sands Bar, the pop-up event we went to, the first 15
little
minutes,
bit,
20
yeah.
minutes, it's a little awkward at the beginning because it's kind of like that. Think of that high school dance where you're all there going, hi,
Yeah, learn how to
Kay, we're at
socialize.
the dance. And is anybody going to dance?
Don't worry, if you're an idiot when you're sober, you're an idiot when you're
Guess
drunk,
what?
too,
I
so.
still am.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And as we discussed this weekend, as we were putting up my
Fourth
my-
Christmas tree.
my
That's a true
no.
story, people. But go ahead.
okay, we were putting up the Christmas wreath that I purchased
Oh,
at
the old 56
at a
auction.
a
Silent auction.
silent auction. I can still make poor choices.
So you don't have to. You can
But
be bad with money sober, just like drunk.
Again, I helped support one of my
There you
favorite.
go. The old 56. So now we have a wreath.
charities,
That was number
so-
56 in the auction. So now we just call it the
We
old
just call
56.
it Old 56.
Old 56 goes in Mr. Beaumont purse you bought. Speaking of going along with kind of breaking the ice, engaging activities. So I don't know, games and things. I mean, some of those are just things you do at a party anyway, but you probably have to be more mindful because people don't have that kind of social lubricant where they just be happy standing around talking and drinking. So it's like you need.
Oh yeah,
something to
because
do.
that's why we go to the bar and get a drink because we're bored.
bored. That's right. That's why Amy has lots of activities for me, so I don't get bored. She doesn't let me get bored.
You could have, just like on the Hallmark Channel, you could have a tree decorating party. We're going to trim the Christmas tree.
And then we're gonna light the
and
tree on
then-
Christmas Eve.
And we're going to go to the Christmas tree lighting ceremony that is always
amazing.
on
Christmas Eve. Which makes you wonder, it's like, first
Sorry
off,
that
who's going
we
to
are-
have that kind of event on Christmas Eve? Second off, why aren't you turning the tree on until Christmas Eve? You put this gigantic tree up in
Yeah.
your city center and you're not going to light it till Christmas? It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Anyway, sorry. This is not the Hallmark movie podcast.
Mystery. What is it?
Mystery Science Theater 3000. And anyway, if you've seen one, you've seen them all. Right place at the right time, so it can be easier for everyone to sign on with the idea if it's happening in the middle of the day. So, you know,
I think doing
like a Saturday afternoon brunch or lunch
well,
thing.
think
or,
about it. How many different times, like on the weekend, it's like, we know, it's like, oh, I got stuff I want to do tomorrow. So even if you were going to go to a party, You're always like, okay, well, I'm not going to overdo it too much or whatever.
We do breakfast with friends because we can't, 8:30, hell, I'm 2 melatonin in.
The
by
only thing
8:30.
is, like, with the breakfast, I always want to chat longer. So we need to find
a not busy place.
a not busy place, which
Right.
is not good because then if you go to a not busy place, the food's going to suck. So it just doesn't work.
It's a vicious cycle, Amy. Vicious cycle. Good to go. I don't know. Offer choices. We were talking about that way earlier on. Options for your guests throughout the event. So not everything has to be a mocktail, right? So it could be one of these Zevias, but I think in allowing them, this is our own opinion. Maybe you want to have a full sober one, but bring your own. That's cool too, whatever. But, it can be pop and water too. It doesn't have to be a fancy mocktail. It doesn't have to be an NA beer. There's tons of options. Hell, some people, lots of people I know just drink straight tonic with lime because that's looks like you're drinking a drink, but you're not. You're drinking
Well,
sugar.
and I would
Speaking of
have to
sugar,
say, yeah. What do I usually get? No, I don't get tonic
No.
and lime. I get
soda.
I get club soda.
Yeah, and that doesn't have sugar.
Yeah.
Tastes like that way too.
It what?
Tastes that way too. Like it has no sugar.
Club soda doesn't have sugar?
No, club soda is just like fuzzy water. Just soda water. There's nothing in club soda that I'm aware of. Podcast people, correct me if I'm wrong.
I thought it had sugar in it.
Okay, well now we're gonna Google it right now, live on the podcast, people. This is what happens when Coach Amy decides, does club soda? Oh, that's alcohol. Nope, I know it doesn't have alcohol. Stupid type head. Hold on. No, you can't.
I'll do it.
Hold on.
I'll do it. Let's see who goes
Does it
faster.
have sugar? Club soda has 0 grams of sugar, Amy.
Really?
Just carbonated water.
cool.
Dissolved carbon dioxide gas.
You know, have some Topo Chico for me, man.
Topo Chico probably has sugar in it, but
I don't think so. Topo Chico with lime? I don't think so.
oh, maybe it is. It might be all natural. Okay, well,
Let me look.
this podcast is going sideways quickly. And then normalize the sober party while Coach Amy's Googling. Try not to make the fact that your guests are at a sober party a big deal. So, like, don't call it the sober party. Having a day or night without alcohol should be normalized because that's
It
precisely
should
what
be.
it is. It's normal. So it's okay to do those things, kids. And Coach Amy, does Topo Chico have sugar?
0 calories.
0 calories. That's not your question. The sugar was your question.
If
Well,
it
surprise.
has,
That's true.
if it has sugar, there's
It has-
calories.
Oh, good point. Okay. Touche,
But
Mofrey.
Topo Chico is sugar-free, extremely low in sodium, and keeps you hydrated so you can go about your day all day.
About
Topo
my-
Chico.
Well, kids, and if the 9 tips of surprisingly fun sober party aren't enough, we do have our 5 alcohol-free holiday tips at jointherside.com, as well as our 5 o'clock.
That is getting a new name.
5
It's
o'clock
getting a new
somewhere
name.
alcohol-free edition.
And the reason we
rolls off the
named it
tongue.
that is because we were the 5 o'clock somewhere people.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, that's why I named it the 5 o'clock somewhere.
And it's still 5 o'clock
Alcohol free guide. Now that I said it that way, that was so easy. Why is it so hard every single time we go to do that? And we're not trying to sell you anything.
No.
It's something that's free.
Yeah, and we still can't remember.
Go to just send me an email. Amy@joyontheotherside.com.
Oh, she got it.
And I will make sure that you get both of those guides.
Yes.
Just put guide in the, what do you call it, in the note or
That
the,
new thing we're setting up, we could probably just have a form. People just put in their email and they'll get it all in.
I know, you guys, I'm so excited about my new website.
She's getting fancy up in here. She needs a lot of help to get fancy, but she's getting fancy. You're watching the video. That was totally worth it, people. All right, kids. Anything else, Coach Amy, for this week?
I love you. I love you.
When the camera turns
And
off, I'll
just
be in trouble.
remember
And just remember.
that it is this time of the year when you could actually hear somebody go, I'm in a store and I'm singing.
And it'll probably be Coach Amy. All right, children. Well, that's it for us this week. Wishing you peace and love from the cornfields. I am Matt, along with Coach Amy, and we are
out.